What's going on, Byron? This is Danny from Josh and Danny SEO. All right, so told you I'm going to shoot that video for you. Can I help you, maybe gain some traction here on the website? So just by going through right away, we don't really have a logo here, so maybe Canva is a great suggestion to create a really cool one. But you do have your name, which is good. You have everything listed, which is exactly what you need. Maybe put them all under one tab called services instead. So you have a drop down menu there so it doesn't look quite so cluttered on the top here. And then great number that you have up here. Awesome. Click to call to get those people over. Contact us. I'm assuming that's an email. I'm not going to click it. And then we come here and we find a local painting company in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we have a little bit about you. And that's great. Your number is in there again. I love how you have it plastered throughout your website. That's exactly what you're looking for. Oh, okay. So you do have this here to input information. That's excellent. I don't really know what that is, but security check. I understand now. That's actually pretty smart. The only thing, some of the biggest issues I have here are just the amount of content you have. You don't have any. So we're looking at a website with very little in it unless you scroll out. Google's very strict on this. They really want about 1,500 to 2,000 words on the front page alone. Otherwise, they're not really going to rank you so high or put you in the best position for people to find you. So let's just take a look over here behind the curtain, right? So I use something called Ahrefs. It lets me know what's going on. So we have your UR rating or your URL, that's your domain strength. And then you have your domain rating, which is, Google's trusting you. And right now you see we have no real information here. Um, the way you get that that up there is you have backlinks. So backlinks are basically where you have another website or domain referring back to you, and is what we call a referring domain. The only thing about them is not all referring domains are created equal. Some of them are going to be more spammy than others, while others are going to be more of an authority figure, so they're going to add credibility to you. So if all 21 of them are just spammy websites, they're not going to give you any value toward Google. But then the next thing we also look at is organic keywords. What are customers searching for when they want a painter, right? You got to think like the customer. They're not putting in, paint colors. They're putting in, they want buyer intent keywords. So if we just take a look at what those keywords are, you got York painters, which, let's be honest, that's you a little bit. So we're not really getting, there is volume, but not a lot. We got decking and fence, Charlotte, North Carolina. That's a better keyword. Biggest issue I'm finding here is you got some volume for some of the keywords you have. This one is a good keyword, Charlotte Painting Company. Um, you're getting 150 volume for that in North Carolina, Charlotte alone, but we're not getting any traffic because again, you're on the ninth page of Google. We got to rank higher for that if we're going to utilize this stuff. You got some very good words here, but we are able to tighten that up. So let's actually take a look at some other websites here. So I put in painter, Charlotte, North Carolina. People, this is one of the biggest buyer intent keywords that there are for this area. Uh, Here are a couple of ads. Some of your people who really want to get to the front so people can see them, they're willing to pay for that as well. Right here we have the map pack. So statistics show about 30 to 40% of all people who Google anything will click on one of these three here. So we definitely want to be in the first three. People want the first thing in front of them. Now, the way you get in here is you got to make sure your name, number, address, like you can see here, pretty much are the same across the board for everything that you have on your website. That's number one. Number two is you got to be able to respond. You want 5-star reviews. You want to respond to those reviews. I'm not really going to get into that much right now, but you do want to get in there. And then we finally have this area. This is the organic search. This is where everyone appears in the ranking, right? So we got Home Advisor Hughes, Wow One Day Interior. We got Angie's List, 360 Painting Certa Pro. The only reason I'm not really clicking on them right here to give you an example is because they're a little bit of a franchise, so it's kind of a cheat here. You're easily able to outrank them simply because they're franchises. Typically, their local areas don't have a lot for them, so if we can just beat them out locally, we don't really have to worry about it. But let's look at the first one we see here, right? Century Painting. He's got a nice little website over here. It's taking a little while for things to load because he's overloading with content, but his header is huge. He probably needs to update this. I don't know if that's still going on, but you got your he's got his number here, what days he's working, kind of almost the same header as you, but no logo. So he's not really getting a lot out there. A lot of these I'm gonna assume are pictures, but for some reason they're not loading, and I'm still scrolling, and I'm still not seeing much. And now we get to some content here. Hey, see more, read more, which is good. Top rated painters in Charlotte, letting him know, who they are, what they do, what their mission statement is. So they're not doing bad. And now they're getting to our services. The problem is none of it is loading. So I don't know if this is a website that he just doesn't care about, or, if it's just not the way, maybe it loads differently. I have no idea on that. But just by scrolling, they're not getting a lot of content through this. Ah, here we go. I think some of it's loading now. Nope, it's not. So I mean, they don't either have 500 to 1,000 keywords on here either, or words in general. So let's take a look behind the scenes here. So their domain strength is 31 and their trust is only 6. The reason is because, again, those backlinks, they have a lot of them and they have some referring, but again, not all of them are equal. They do have a lot of keywords. So let's take a look at those. Okay, so once right away, a lot of these keywords are not buyer intent. Painters in my area can be anywhere in the United States. This is a big keyword, right? Painter, Charlotte, North Carolina. There's 500 people a month searching for that. He has 17 coming in, and he's on the first page. People don't like Angie and Yelp. They'd rather go here. And, if we continue scrolling, right, Charlotte painting, 350 a month, he's getting 16 of them because he's on the 7th position for that exact keyword. So he's getting a lot of, here's another buyer intent, 150. Not a buyer intent keyword for the 6,000 because, again, it's not a buyer intent. It is paint contractors near me, but it's not really like specific. But here we got 350 words, 350 a month, 200 a month. A lot of different things that are pulling in more people per month, and he's in the positioning on the front page to be able to receive them. You definitely need to be on the front page in order for people to start getting to you. So honestly speaking, he's pulling in almost 500 people a month just from his website, just with those organic keywords. His website may not be the greatest, either that or it's just loading bad, but he's still getting 500 people a month through this. So if we wanted to, help you beat them out, Byron, all we really need to do is increase our backlinks just by, maybe another 50 to 100 backlinks. Get some more referring domains that aren't spammy, get them from a good area. We got to increase these organic keywords. And what we're going to do is you need to add 1,500 words to 2,000 words to your homepage alone, and then add in those organic keywords in there as well so that, you rank for them, so that we can just automatically push you up to, like the first page, maybe, beat out some of those, franchises that are in there. And then, with that, right now you're pulling zero traffic, but imagine if you can pull 50 additional people a month through your website and maybe convert over, maybe 25% of them. I don't know what the conversion rate is for how many people call, but if we're getting people who are intent, you're gonna have people who are gonna click on that call button. All we need to do is just, like I said, add those backlinks, get those keywords in there by adding those 15 to 2,000 words on the front. Maybe fix things up a little bit so that it appears a lot more fluid. That's all I got for you, Byron. If you have any questions, of course, please feel free to reach out. Any feedback, of course, would be more than welcome. But that's all I got. I hope you have an amazing day and enjoy.